So you finished the CSS section of the Complete Web Developer, and now you're able to create really stylish websites from the ground up. Remember when we just started HTML and you had to fight with those block elements and colors and borders and stuff like that? Well, now you're advanced, and you're advanced to the point where you can now create your own block elements. You can round those corners, you can rotate elements, color and border everything. You're even able to position any element exactly where you want them. And that's great. And to know all of that puts you well ahead of most of the people in the world, especially when it comes to knowing the world of web design. And just for making it this far, I have to say congratulations to you. And I really mean that. I mean, I'm sure there's been a lot of frustrating times. If there haven't been, there's probably been at least one or two. And I know those frustrating points can get really, really tough, and sometimes they're really hard to work through. But you've obviously made it through that. So well done. And I think I've said this before, but I strongly, strongly believe that students of any age or any caliber rarely get the praise that they deserve. You, as a student, have come a long way. If you don't believe me, look at where you started with just basic HTML and where you are now. Even if you already had HTML and CSS experience, I'm sure at some point you've learned something new or a new technique that helps you as a web designer create a better website. Now, yes, we have covered a lot. However, there's also a lot more to cover. Right now, we've just tapped into the beginning of web development. And again, that's not to say that you haven't achieved a lot, because as of right now, you are officially a web designer. What people go to school for and takes a couple of years to acquire, you have acquired since you started this course, and it didn't cost you thousands of dollars to learn. So let's talk about the future real quick. The next step in the Complete Web Developer is JavaScript. We will tackle this section again from the ground up, so nobody gets left behind. If you already have some JavaScript knowledge, then you're ahead of the game. If you don't, then you have nothing to fear, and that's because we will cover what we need to know in JavaScript, starting with the easiest parts and slowly advancing to the more difficult sections. The great thing about this course is that there is no timeline, there is no deadline, so if you get hung up on one section, you can ask questions and you can keep working on that section, and your homework, essentially, isn't really ever due, so you can keep working on it until you become a professional in that one section, or that one area. And if you have any requests for CSS, Advanced CSS, or CSS3, this is the place to post them. I know I said at the beginning of this course, if there's something that we don't cover, chances are it isn't important. However, your curiosity might make you wonder about other styling techniques and properties. And in this course, the Complete Web Developer, we will never frown upon expanding your knowledge or your skills. So fire those requests away, and as soon as I can, I will create a class for each request. And please, if you have learned anything from this course, I would really, really appreciate it if you could rate the Complete Web Developer 5 stars. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on getting through HTML and CSS. And now let's move on to JavaScript.